Welcome into the Cougar Sports Network as we get ready to go for game number 2 of the Cougar Holiday Classic. Orange Coast College and LA Trade Tech College here from the Cougar Cage. COC took the first game 77-69, so the winner of this one will take on the winner, or will take on College of the Canyons tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Trying to get our stat sheet working here. Trying to tell you who the starters are as we missed the first portion of the announcement. As coming into the game, Orange Coast 9-3 on the year. Wow. LA Trade Tech just 2-11, and you look at the LA Trade Tech bench, and it's light right now, just 6 on the bench. So it's been kind of a struggle of the year for Marcus Bryant. Steve Spencer, the head coach of Orange Coast, of course. Marcus Bryant, the head coach of LA Trade Tech. Yes. We are just about ready to go. The Beavers and the Pirates here from COC as the Pirates win the opening tip and will go to work. Jaden Hall, Aaron Talley, Clifton Brown, Sam Hunter and Kui Ross on the floor for Orange Coast as the first jumper of the ball game from Hall, no good. For LA Trade Tech, Roland McDougall, Devin Janlett, Julian Berzanetti, Lear Jones, and Yaniv Silvera. The starters for the Pirates, or for the Beavers. The turnover on the Beavers, the Pirates right back to work. Here's Hunter, will send it over to the near side. Howard driving, knocks down a little jumper. Sorry, it's Howard on the floor, not Talley. So Logan Howard with the first bucket of the ball game. Orange Coast coming out full court press right now. Trade Tech able to break it. Jones puts up a 3, does not go. Hit off the wiring that hangs up over the backboard. And so the Pirates 0 for 2 to start. The Beavers 0 for 2 to start on their offensive run as Orange Coast back to work quickly into their offensive set. Three-pointer from Ross, no good. Goes out off of LA Trade Tech, and it'll stay with Orange Coast. So just underway, second game, if you're just joining us here on the Cougar Sports Network. LA Trade Tech, Orange Coast College. Winner takes on COC tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Loser will play in the consolation game tomorrow at 2 o'clock against Mount San Antonio Colleges. Here's Ross with the basketball. Swings it near side. Hunter wants to drive. Kicks it back over towards Hall. Hall drives into the paint. Now back to Hunter. Hunter will step into a 3, short. Hunter is able to save the rebound, but turned it over as Silvera came away with it. And Roland McDougall, the third driving, lays it up. Didn't get fouled. Thought he did. Missed on the layup. Back the other way quickly comes Orange Coast. As Howard, who's got the only bucket of the game, puts up a 3 that doesn't fall. Rebound pulled down by Ross. Three-pointer from the corner, no good. Rattles in and out. And neither team shooting well here early on. Just a 2-0 game. Just about 2 minutes into the first half. Is that three-pointer good? That knocked it down. Orange Coast quickly back the other way, and they'll get a quick bucket, a timeout called by Marcus Bryant. Wants to talk about things here early on. It's a 4-3 lead, just underway here from College of the Canyons. It's the Beavers and the Pirates here in game number 2 of the Cougar Holiday Classic. timeout. It'll be LA Trade Tech basketball. There's Zanetti trying to drive. They'll swing it around. Jane Lett will put up a three, no good. Pirates pulled it down, but Josh Lee, fresh into the game, dribbled it out of play. And it'll go back to LA Trade Tech here. Berzanetti. Back the other way, LA Trade Tech not able to get a defensive stop as DeBoul put it in. Orange Coast with a 6-3 lead. Zanetti again, this time nearly had it stolen. Kind of sloppy here early on. Lee able to save it. DeBoul dumps it off underneath. No good for Green. Rebound pulled down by Orange Coast. They'll work back on the offensive side. LA calling for the basketball. He'll drive. Dumps underneath. Reverse layup no good from Jaden Green. So Zanetti dribbling out of trouble, got knocked down to the floor, and then a foul called against Orange Coast here. Berzanetti again with it. Had it stolen from behind. Tally able to get the takeaway. Terrell Jones will get the finish on the other side. 8-3 run to open up for Orange Coast. Another takeaway for Orange Coast. They came out in full court press here. So Isaiah Lee will send it over to Terrell Jones. Dumps it underneath Isaiah Lee. Back to Terrell Jones. Extra pass when he maybe had a wide open look, and it's going to be a 3-second violation called against Orange Coast as Jaden Green had it on the inside. Noah Simmons checking in. Nico McNeil checking in as well. Stop jumper from Silvera, no good. Tie up underneath jump ball, possession arrow with LA Trade Tech, so they will keep the basketball. They get it inbound. Berzanetti missed short. Rebound pulled down and missed. Back the other way comes Orange Coast with an 8-3 lead. Frantic pace here early on, just not a lot of scoring. A missed jumper from Simmons. Now Isaiah Lee, a three-pointer, and he knocked it down. So an 11-3 lead for Orange Coast. The Pirates with 5 new bodies up off the floor, or up off the bench, getting ready to come out on the floor, actually 3. Turnaround jumper missed from Nico McNeil. Trade Tech back the other way. McDougal driving right into the paint. Had it stolen from behind. Tally got a poke on it. Back the other way, Isaiah Lee kicks it over. Three-pointer, Terrell Jones short. Rattles in and it rattles out. Rebound picked up by McNeil. He got blocked down underneath by Genlett. The other way comes Trade Tech. Stop jumper from the foul line, no good from number 21, who I don't know who that is, not on my roster. So if I can get the web stats to work, I can tell you, but I don't know right now. Backcourt violation called against Trade Tech. Substitutions coming. Hunter Howard and Hall all back on the floor. Pirates will go back to work. Hall dumps it inside. Good pass. Finds Clifton Brown. Gets an easy bucket. A timeout called by Trade Tech. 14:02, 15-3, a 12-3 run. Up. Come back in. Trade Tech back to work on the offensive side. Silvera misses. Back the other way, Orange Coast trying to get to work, couldn't make it. Here comes Trade Tech back on the offensive side. Janelette driving. Throws it off the glass, gets it to fall. Breaks a 15-3 run. Miss from Orange Coast is no good. So 15-5, 13-10 to go here in the first half. Verzanetti with the basketball, puts up a corner three, no good. Strong rebound picked up by Hall. He'll sprint back ahead, dumps a pass off underneath, and Noah Simmons with an easy bucket. Here's Javari Edwards who puts it in. Orange Coast with one quickly back the other way. So it's 19-7, a 12-point lead. Bucket in the foul for Ronald McDougall as he lays it in. And he'll go to the line. So McDougall, who's a 69% foul shooter, will go to the line. It's a 10-point game, missed, but the putback is there. Or no, it bounced in, sorry. So makes the foul shot. Thought there was a putback, but I think it was just bodies bouncing up in the air. 9-point lead here for Orange Coast. Missed jumper short from Logan Howard. Able to poke the rebound out to Jaden Hall. Into the corner, Sam Hunter will put up a three, no good. Skying for the rebound was Terrell Jones, but he's swatted away by Jane Lett. Stay a 9-point lead for the moment. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound tipped up in the air by Jaden Green, didn't fall. Orange Coast able to get it back for a moment, but it goes out off of them. And it'll go back to Trade Tech. So not the cleanest of starts for either side in the first half. Berzanetti, no good. Edwards couldn't get the rebound. Trade Tech 3 of 9 from the floor here early on. Orange Coast 7 of 19. Neither team has knocked down a 3 yet. This foul's going to be against McDougal, his first. Basketball with Orange Coast. Talia will work with it. Pointing out some directions. They'll get it over towards Isaiah Lee. Deep jumper, no good. Back the other side, Trade Tech. Get one to put back in. And after a sloppy start, it's 19-12 in favor of Orange Coast. Here from game number 2 of the Cougar Holiday Classic. So make it a 10-point lead once again. Turnover by Trade Tech. Turnover by Orange Coast, and a finish by Roland McDougal III. Did it get back to an 8-point game, so a little sloppy again, like we said, on both sides. Already 8 turnovers on Trade Tech in the ball game. Just 2 on Orange Coast, but they just haven't been clean. That one gets taken away. Good steal by Trade Tech. They bring it quickly back ahead. Roland McDougal on the catch. We'll send it over to Severa. He'll put up a jumper from 21, and it's good. And it's to a 6-point game right now. So after a sloppy start from Trade Tech, they've cleaned things up a bit and have themselves back in the ballgame after it looked as early on like it could potentially be a bit of a runaway. Shot that time from Orange Coast. So that was Jaden Hall with the jumper that's good. Hall now with 4 points in the ball game. Both Howard and Hall with 4, Ross with 3, Terrell Jones and Simmons each with 2. And as you look, Hunter, Brown, and DeBoule all with 2 as well for Orange Coast. On the other side, it's McDougal and Jane Lett each with 5, just Severo with 2. And you would expect that. You would expect McDougal to kind of run the show along with Jane Lett. They're two of their better scorers this year. They try and set something up, and McDougal couldn't come down with it as was Edwards trying to get it to him. Here comes Orange Coast back the other way. Howard into the corner, three-pointer Ross. It was halfway down the cylinder and it rolled out. Rebound poked out by Orange Coast, or by Trade Tech, I should say, and it'll go with Orange Coast here. Three-pointer knocked down from Logan Howard. Nice shot from Howard. I believe that's just the first 3 of the ball game, or excuse me, it's the third 3 of the ball game for Orange Coast. Each team with a 3 now. It's a little while ago. I'm still trying to get things sorted out. We've had some issues with equipment up here, so we look like we're all ready to go now. Back to work, and we'll go back to work for Orange Coast and Trade Tech. It's Trade Tech with the basketball. Berzanetti will kick it over. McDougal will put up a 3. No good. Pulled down as it was Trent Williams on the board. Outlets to Logan Howard, who will run it ahead. Howard running right into the paint. Right-handed layup. No good. Rebound tipped over. Orange Coast able to pick it back up as it was Simmons with it first. He'll step into a 3 that's short. Board pulled down by Jane Lett. He was the only one near it. And now McDougal will get it into the front court. Sends it over. Berzanetti. He'll step into a 3 from deep. No good. Hunter able to bring down the rebound. Outlet to Williams, ahead to Howard. Back over to Williams. Near side. Hunter stops and pops and good. Sam Hunter averages 11 points per game. Shown the ability to score this year, just at times inconsistent. Some of that due to Orange Coast, maybe the heavy rotation that we've already seen here early on. As the Pirates have already gotten just about everybody in the game. They have another substitution ready to go. So take away from Orange Coast, a 3-on-1 fast break. They'll elect for a 3 from Simmons. It's no good. Rebound pulled down by Williams. He puts it in. And Orange Coast will take a 31-16 lead with 7:36 to go here in the first half in a run-and-gun ball game. As to be expected, Orange Coast is your 12th in the state in points per game, 84.1. And they are a high-octane, high-volume offense this season. You look at Orange Coast and the numbers. They average 30 field goals made per game. They average 71 attempts per game. That's 5th and 3rd in California this year. They take 25 three-point attempts. They only make about 7. So the shooting percentage down in the bottom portion of the state, 77th. But that high volume allows for you to have that ability to just keep putting up shots. As Steve Spencer in his 19th season as the head coach has his team out to a 9-3 overall record. And has his team out to a 31-16 lead right now. Pirates again in full court press. Blocking foul going to be called against Orange Coast. It's going to go against Terrell Jones. Pirates got a takeaway right off the inbound from Orange Coast. Missed on the first opportunity. Ball movement along the outside, driving, and a travel going to be called against Sam Hunter. Took too many steps. Good work from Trade Tech. Lear Jones with the lay-in. Scratch that, William Guatemala with the lay-in. His first bucket of the game. 13-point lead, foul away from the basket. As this one goes against Trent McNeil.
OCC foul number 15.
And a full line change for OCC right now. It's like a hockey game, 5 fresh bodies on the floor. McDougal the third, three-pointer is good. Back to a 10-point lead for Orange Coast. 6:35 to go here in the first half. Up-tempo pace to the ball game. Lots of scoring here early on. Extra pass from Orange Coast. Air ball from Daboul. Now Hall with 8. Works it down to Daboul underneath the basket. Fouled from behind by William Guatemala. So Daboul to the line, 68% foul shooter. Will take 2 shots here in a 10-point game, make it an 11-point game. Both foul shots good. Point lead. McDougal misses on the 3. Rebound by Daboul. Fouled by Guatemala. Second foul on Guatemala. Just the third foul on Trade Tech here early on as Orange Coast back to work offensively. Hall, deep 3, good. Nice shot from Hall. And Hall now with 7 points. He and Logan Howard each with 7. McDougal with 8, leading everybody on the floor. As McDougal will pick it up. Crossover dribble, drives to the paint. Offensive foul, take it off the board. Hunter draws the foul. Actually, Hall draws the foul. McDougal gonna be called for it, gonna be his second. 15-point lead here for Orange Coast as we'll wait for them to clean off the floor. Cougars tried to work it around the perimeter. Pirates tried to work it around the perimeter. It's a kick ball on Trade Tech, so it'll stay with Orange Coast. Number winner of this one will take on COC tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Loser has a date with Mount Sac at 2 o'clock tomorrow. The consolation game. Hall will send it to Simmons. Now Howard, bounce pass inside Hall, fouled, trying to go to the basket. So they'll inbound from the baseline. It's already the third on McDougal. So he's gonna have to start being careful here. There's 4:48 to go, a 3-pointer is good. Hall with another one, now in double figures with 10. Hall averaging 20 points a game this year, 7th in the state in free throws made, 10th in the state in points per game. Showing why here early on for Orange Coast is good passing to find Nico McNeil, who gets the easy lay-in. And all of a sudden, it's a 20-point lead for Orange Coast. Silvera got it poked out of play. It'll stay with Trade Tech. Jaden Hall out of St. Louis High School in Honolulu, Hawaii. 28th in the state field goal percentage this year. Makes 41% of his shots, shooting 57% so far today. 2 of 3 from 3, 4 of 7 from the floor. As Guatemala gets the easy lay-in on a nice pass from McDougal. And going down, maybe rolling his ankle, was Jaden Green, as he's uncomfortable right now. Green able to go over to the trainer's table under his own power, so he'll get some help here. As Hunter gets it inside, Williams will send it over. Howard driving, dumps it off underneath. They work it back around towards Hunter, who knocks down a little 14-footer. And that one goes out off of Trade Tech, so it'll stay with Orange Coast here. Pirates work it inside. Williams. Up top to Logan Howard. Works it down to Clifton Brown. Now Howard, far side. Hunter was able to get it to Hall. Hall working into the paint. Throws up a layup that didn't hit the rim. Rebound pulled down by Trade Tech. Outlet pass ahead to McDougal. And he's fouled from behind, coming back by Logan Howard.
Orange Coast foul number 1, Logan Howard, first personal, for 5th on the team.
So we'll send McDougal to the line. 10-point game, 3:13 to go here in the first half. McDougal misses the first. 69% foul shooter on the year. McDougal so far today, 1 for 2 from the line. Second of 2 is good. So Orange goes back to work. They work it into the corner. Hall, corner 3, good. Got to mark Jaden Hall as he's hot already here early on with 13 points. McDougal knocks down a jumper, scored in the foul, give him 11, chance to get to 12. Goes against Kendall Terrell Jones, does the foul, so McDougal knocks down the foul shot. Inside of a 20-point game, make it 19, the lead for Orange Coast, 46-27. 2:38 to go. Hall thought about a 3. Instead, we'll send it far side to Terrell Jones. Ball around the perimeter by Orange Coast. Hall will dribble. Sends it back to Terrell Jones. Little stutter step. Stops and pops from 10. No good. Poke down a play off of Terrell Jones, and it'll go with Trade Tech here. Inbound takeaway from Orange Coast. They're so good at stealing the basketball. Jaden Hall, 11th in the state with steals coming in with 31. He's had a triple-double this year. Actually, excuse me, I'm trying to figure out who that was. Give me a second. It was actually Logan Howard who had the double-double this year with 10 steals and 10 points as he puts up a 3. Good timing, but missed. Back the other way, McDougal will run it ahead. Good pass back from Janlett. He'll get the easy lay-in. Look at Orange Coast 2 this year. Steals has been a big part of their game, especially defensively. Averaging 15.5 per game. That's best in the state. So that one poked out off of Trade Tech with 1:32 to go. Ross and Noah Simmons back in. Terrell Jones and Trent Williams off. Jove Edwards back onto the floor to take over for Guatemala. Hunter to Hall. Working underneath, trying to draw the foul from Janlett, but didn't get it. Takeaway on the errant pass from Orange Coast. And OCC back to work offensively. Hunter. They work it around to the corner to Hall. Hall will put it on the floor. Work way out high and send it to the far side to Ross. Now to Hunter, who wanted to drive. Howard now will drive. Instead kicks wing. Hall 3, missed it all. An air ball into the hands of McDougal with 52 seconds to go in the ball game. They'll run it ahead. Throws it inside. Extra pass to Edwards. He's fouled and will go to the line as it was Berzanetti to find him on the feed. First foul against Hunter. Just the 7th foul on Orange Coast. So the Beavers in the bonus. Edwards to the line to shoot 2 those. It was a shooting foul. Missed the first. No numbers on Edwards this year. Second is good, so he splits the pair. Howard missed the 3. Trying off the near side wing. It's 48-30 in favor of Orange Coast. They stay in that full court press here. Silvera stops it up. Got it to Janlett, over to McDougal. Back inside Janlett on a good underneath pass, and Janlett with an easy two-handed jam. Makes it a 16-point game, 16 seconds to go. Hall gonna dribble ahead. Possession arrow in favor of Orange Coast, so they can go 2 for 1 here as they'll get the ball back out of the halftime break. 5 to go. Hall working in isolation, drives, kicks back. Hunter a 3, no good. And that'll do it for the first half, so 48-32 advantage for Orange Coast. We'll take it into the halftime break here on the Cougar Sports Network. Welcome back in Cougar Sports Network. Second half action between Orange Coast and LA Train Tech. The Pirates with a 48-32 lead as we go back to work. Train Tech 13 of 27 in the first half. The Pirates 20 of 50, but right at their number in terms of offensive opportunities. We talked about them early on being a high-octane, high-volume offense. Saw that a lot in the first half. As here's Hall, will put up a three, missed it. Rebound pulled down by Ross, and a reset for Orange Coast. They get it inside. Hall made a man miss, got blocked from behind. Ball came right into the hands, though, of Clifton Brown, who puts it in. Hall led everybody on the floor with, or everybody for Orange Coast with 13. McDougal led everybody on the floor with 14. Nobody else in double figures outside the first half. Here's Berzanetti. Now rolling McDougal up top, Ginlett. He wants to drive. He'll put up a deep three and knocked it down. Nice shot from Ginlett. It's a 15-point lead here for Orange Coast, 50-35. Kicked out off of Trade Tech, so it'll stay with Orange Coast here. Eight to shoot. Hall will send it out high. Hunter driving, stops. Block jumper, no good. Let back the other way. Silvera. Inlet. Berzanetti. No good. Rebound pulled down by Hunter. Quickly outlets ahead. Brown got knocked down hard. Brown going to go to the line here. Give you the foul to Devin Ginlett. It's going to send. It's not going to send Brown to the line. They say it was a they say it was a shooting foul. Confusion here. Now they're going to talk. They will indeed decide it's a shooting foul.
Clifton Brown with 2 shots.
So Clifton Brown to the line, 80% foul shooter on the year, knocks down the first. Gonna stay with Trade Tech here off the makes. It's quickly ahead. Trade Tech trying to work into the painted area. We're trying to set up Neve Edwards. Get the ball back as it went out off of Orange Coast. Here's Berzanetti. Inside, and a foul going to be called. Ginlett going to get himself to the line. Foul goes against Jaden Hall, just his first.
First personal, first team foul in the second half. 2 shots upcoming for Devin Ginlett.
So Ginlett to the line for 2. 70% foul shooter on the year. Knocks down both. So back to a 15-point game. Orange Coast in those orange jerseys. Bounce pass will work around towards Hall. Far side Logan Howard wanted to drive. Instead, we'll get it back towards Ross. Ross driving, dumps it off. Hall thought about a deep three. Instead, he'll drive to the painted area. Back to Ross. Is everything on the perimeter so far? Ross on the wing with one to shoot. Will not get a shot off. It's a shot clock violation. Orange Coast just taking far too long to get anything going. And we'll see 5 fresh bodies on the floor here for Orange Coast. The group that was on the floor comes off. Fresh set for the Pirates here. So Orange Coast with the basketball. Berzanetti will send it over to the near side. Janelette working against Terrell Jones. Dumps it off for McDougal. McDougal without a bucket so far here in the second half. Janelette will put up a 3 from the wing on the near side. Knocks it down. Look now, but it's a 12-point game as Trade Tech trying to close down the gap. Trailed by 16 at the break. Lead's been as much as 21. Another takeaway here. Trade Tech quickly back up the floor. A couple of bodies down on the other side. Berzanetti makes the shot. Whistle blown as Josh Lee is hurt. Maybe looks like he took one up high in the groin area. Knee maybe. So Lee will come off. Logan Howard back on. Edwards went off as well as he kind of got tangled up. So it looks like both of them in a lot of pain right now. Edwards went right over to the trainer's table behind the Trade Tech bench. Howard's 3 missed. It's a 10-point game. McDougal driving, dumps it off underneath. Silvera, a fall-away jumper, no good. Rebound pulled down by Orange Coast. The outlet to Terrell Jones. After the rebound picked up by DeBoule. Takeaway by Berzanetti. He tried to drive. Didn't get a shot away. Now McDougal, after a fight for the ball, gets a little runner in the lane that's good. Wanted to foul, didn't get the and one. But it's an 8-point lead here for Orange Coast. Pirates have kind of taken their foot off the gas a little bit, fallen a little bit ice cold. Williams jump stop off of a white jersey, so it'll stay with Orange Coast. Hunter back in the game, Hall back in the game. Isaiah Lee on the floor as well. It looks like Noah Simmons was coming on the floor, but instead they'll keep everything where it is. Lee inbound to Hall, who's fouled from behind by Silvera.
Trade Tech foul number 22. That's his first, second team foul in the second half.
Here's OCC with the basketball. Howard will send it far side, Josh Lee. Or sorry, Isaiah Lee. Hunter, little jumper from 15, no good. McDougal and Isaiah Lee tied up. Possession arrow with Trade Tech.
Trade Tech.
Trade Tech quickly ahead. Little punch pass towards Guatemala. Good pass from Berzanetti. Well, now, but it's a 6-point game. Orange Coast has gone ice cold here in the second half. Have missed the last 5 times down the floors. Here's McDougal. Good Tech has found their way back into this one. McDougal fouled. Hall going to be called for the foul.
Second team foul.
Berzanetti a 3 to try and get it to one possession game, no good. Guatemala the rebound. Now here's Silvera. Let step back, 3 from the corner is good. One possession game, it's a 3-point game, 52-49. Remember, it was a 16-point lead at the break as Hall trying to match with 3, no good. Hall's been stuck for a little while on 13. Jane Lett now with 15 has come alive in the second half. It's Hall knocking that one out of play. Just a chance to tie here, or at least get back within 1. It's a 1-possession game. Jane Lett driving. Step back, thought about, no. Instead, we'll get it to Silvera. Over to now McDougal, working against Hall. Extra pass. Jane Lett, 3 for the tie, no good. Rebound pulled down by Talley. Bring it ahead. Far side, corner 3. Simmons is good. Backcourt violation was called. The timeout called by Trade Tech, so they'll talk about it. 55-49, Orange Coast in front.
Third place game at 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, the championship. Who will face COC? Result to be found at the end of this one, the championship game tomorrow. Join us here at the Cougar cage at 4 p.m.
So 6-point lead for Orange Coast. They've slowed down after a high-flying first half where they put up 48. Each team with just 12 here in the second half. A miss from Berzanetti. A tip rebound goes out off of OCC, and it'll stay with Trade Tech here. Foul going to be called against Guatemala down low. So it's going to give the ball back to Orange Coast here. 13-17 to go in the ball game. 6-point Orange Coast lead. Talley will bring it ahead. He'll get into a 3-pointer from straight away and knocks it down. And Talley, who hasn't had many opportunities to shoot the ball today, gets his first bucket of the day. And right back to a 9-point lead as OCC right back in a full press. And they get a steal out of it as Williams got the takeaway. Hall with the 3 is short. Tip rebound. Talley able to pick it back up. Sends it to Hall. Hall driving baseline. Kicks back Talley wing. Trying for 2 in a row. No. McDougal pulls down the board, outlets to Berzanetti, dribbles between a couple of Pirates, drives to the basket, lays it in with the right hand. A nice little run from Berzanetti there. It's a 7-point ball game. So Trade Tech trying to keep it tight. Orange Coast had it at a 20-point lead at one point, led by 16 and a half. Here's Hall, who's been ice cold in the second half. Misses another, gets it back after the offensive board from Hunter. Now Ross a three from the corner, no. Foul gonna be called on Ross as he ran into McDougal. It'll go with Trade Tech here.
The team's third.
Trade Tech another bucket on the offensive side, quickly ahead. 5-point game. It's still a 2-possession game at this point. And there's still plenty of time in the ball game, but for a while it looked like it was going to be a runaway for Orange Coast as a jumper knocked down from Sam Hunter gets it back to 7. And now Coast being forced to go back into that full court press here. Orange Coast, so it'll stay with Trade Tech. Take away from Orange Coast. Here they come back on the offensive side. Hunter driving. Missed. Ball was partially blocked. Put back in the foul. Hunter will get himself to the line. It's a 9-point game and a chance to make it a 10-point game once again. Shot no good from Hunter. Takeaway from Orange Coast off the miss on the other side. So here's Howard with a three, short. Berzanetti with the rebound, and a cylinder violation going to be called against Orange Coast here. Go ahead and Clifton Brown, I believe. Nope, sorry, went against Julian DeBoll. Three-pointer good. And Hall gets the takeaway and gets fouled. So Orange Coast starting to pick it back up once again. As it was Howard on the three, then Hall on the takeaway. And Hall to the line. Hall makes the first. Second is good as well. Orange Coast gets a takeaway right off the inbound once again. So they're just creating problems, but a miss from Howard from the corner. Got a tip rebound off the miss on the other side. Orange Coast back with the basketball. Sherwood Morgan, the head coach of LA Trade Tech. I know we gave it to Marcus Bryant, but that's actually not the case. We got the roster late. So Sherwood Morgan, the head coach, he was hollering down the floor. Not sure if it was the officials or trying to get his players' attention, but had his hands out for a moment. Nonetheless, we go back to work. Here's Terrell Jones, three-pointer from the wing, no good. Off the far side, rebound ripped down by Berzanetti. Out the pass ahead to McDougal, had it poked away from him by Logan Howard. Ball still loose, and then Terrell Jones going to be called for a foul. We've seen Trade Tech already stepping in to try and get a lot of steals today. We talked about, or excuse me, Orange Coast. We talked about that being their bread and butter. 15 steals in the ball game already today. Logan Howard, the guy that usually leads the way, leads the state in steals with 47 coming into today's game, giving 48 after the one he's got so far today. It's a 14-point Orange Coast lead. 9:55 to go. Trade Tech had it back within one possession, but OCC back with that full court press has created problems. Long rebound for Hall off the miss. Sent it to the corner to Howard. Back to Hall. Hall, three-pointer from the far wing is good. First bucket of the second half for Jaden Hall. He's got 18 now in the ball game. Lead back up to 17. As Trade Tech trying to quickly come back ahead. Kind of a matter of if you try and match Orange Coast with their high volume, or do you try and slow things down? OCC already 71 shots in the ball game. That's right around their number. That is their number. That's their average, 71 on the season. So they'll surpass that this matchup. They've already surpassed the three-point attempts. 34 of them in the ball game, just 11 of 34, shooting 32%. But a 17 make it a 16-point lead. Let made the first, knocked down the second. He's got 17 to lead Trade Tech. It's Howard with the basketball. Back to Hall. McDougal tried to step in for the steal, didn't get it. Orange Coast worked it around to the corner, but a three-pointer from Simmons didn't fall. McDougal back the other way. Double team, trying to get the trap. No. Silvera, a three is good. Back to a 12-point game, so the ebb and the flow continues. Hunter, foul line jumper, short. Missed it short the whole way. Quickly back ahead, Silvera. Stops up outside the three-point line. His pass taken away. Williams gets the steal. Williams drives back the other way, lays it off the glass and in. Coast stays in a press here. They actually backed out of the press. I think that was not where they were supposed to be, but instead, they back off and let Trade Tech get back up into the half-court offense. Williams a miss. Excuse me, Edwards a miss. Back the other way quickly. Williams dumps it off underneath. Howard three from the corner on the near side, no. Berzanetti the rebound. Jaylett the outlet, but he threw it over the head of McDougal. It goes out of play. It'll be Orange Coast basketball.
Jaden Green and Jonathan Bull check in for Orange Coast.
DeWool back into the game. Jaden Green in as well. As Hunter and Williams came off the floor. Here's Hall. Good little floater in the lane. Hall's got 20 now. Matches his average on the year. Foul called on Orange Coast. They'll set a 1-and-1 on for Trade Tech here. And it'll be Silvera at the line for the 1-and-1. Silvera knocks down the first. Second is good as well. That'll get Guatemala back into the game to take over for him. 14-point lead for Orange Coast. Seven and a half to go in the ball game. Howard will send it to Hall. Hall got a man in the air. Now will step into a three. No good. Rebound pulled down by McDougal. Edwards actually knocked it out of his hands, but was able to get it back with him, threw it away. Green trying to pass it ahead to DeBoule. He couldn't handle it. Back the other way comes Trade Tech. Guatemala to Edwards. Edwards, step back three. The official's going to talk about it here. The initial point was in favor of Trade Tech, but it's going to go with Orange Coast here. Howard will step into a deep three, short, rattled off the rim, ripped down by Jane Lett, and then a foul going to be called as McDougal was trying to break away. Foul going to be called against Howard. Howard going to come off. Williams going to come in. DeBoule coming off. Talley coming in. 14-point lead for OCC. 1-1 for McDougal, and he knocks it down. So Roland McDougal the third. 17 now in the ball game. Him and Jane Lett have tied for the team lead. He's also got 9 rebounds, trying for his second double-double of the season. Missed on the second. Jane Lett couldn't hold on to the board. And in a 13-point game, Orange Coast with a basketball. 6:40 to go. Hall pointing out directions. Orientale now will work with the basketball. He'll send it to Hall. Over to Simmons. Ball worked around inside to Williams. Now to Simmons again. Corner three from the far side. Late closeout. Able to make it enough of an alter to the shot. It does not fall. Here's Jane Lett back the other way. He'll send it to Berzanetti, but then an offensive foul going to be called against Jane Lett. It'll be his third. I think Guatemala and Kendall Terrell Jones in foul trouble in the ballgame, each with 4. Significant for Trade Tech. If Guatemala picks up his 5th, it means Trade Tech playing with their 5 guys for the final 6 minutes with no subs. There's Talley at 3, strong. Jane Lett with the board. 7th of the ball game for him. He'll bring it ahead. Williams trying to stay right with him. Now Berzanetti, guarded by Ross. Berzanetti off the catch. Talley got a poke. Picked up by McNeil. Williams. I don't know why Williams was setting it up for Green. Green wasn't ready. Green tried to tap it back to Williams. It's a turnover straight up on Orange Coast, and it gets 5 new bodies up off the bench. Pass out of the full court press from Trade Tech as Guatemala dumps it off to McDougal. Trying to get it back inside to Guatemala, taken away by Clifton Brown. Sent ahead to Howard. Howard thought about a 3, now will take an 18-footer that missed. And then a foul going to be called as Sam Hunter had skied inside for the rebound and got knocked down by Jose Edwards.
Foul number 21, Jose Edwards, his first team's 7th.
This is the first foul on Edwards. Hunter makes the first. So it's 75-61, 5:09 to go. First game was kind of the same. COC got out to a nice little advantage. Mount Sac got it close late. COC took a 77-69 win. So the winner of this game plays them tomorrow at 4 o'clock. The loser will play Mount Sac at 2. So Orange Coast gets another takeaway. Howard, a corner 3 from in front of his own bench, knocked it down. Orange Coast takes a timeout. Howard now with 13, 4:51 to go. "17-point lead for OCC. You look, Orange Coast with 81 shots in the ball game so far. They're shooting 39%, 32 of 81, 12 of 41 from 3. Only been to the line 8 times. It's rather low for them. They usually average about 20 foul shots a game. For Trade Tech, 20 of 43, 46%, 5 of 18, 27% from 3, and 11 of 14 from the line. But the turnovers have been the problem. 24 turnovers on Trade Tech. It's led to 31 Orange Coast points. Trade Tech's out-rebounded Orange Coast 40-32, but like I said, the turnovers are really the problem. So everything else pretty much even. So Trade Tech with the basketball will bring it in. Guarded out high, ball poked away. Hall diving on the floor to try and make a save, couldn't get to it. So it was poked out by DeBull. It'll be Trade Tech basketball here. Officials discussing whether it should be a 24-second reset.
10-second backcourt violation.
And it's actually a 10-second backcourt violation. That's what the call is, as there was no possession change. There's 20 seconds on the shot clock, so it's a 10-second. It's a backcourt violation. Or timeline violation, actually. So it'll be Orange Coast basketball, so the defense does their job. Gets another takeaway. With 8, we'll try and get it over to Hall. It was behind him. And Noah Simmons will check in to take over for DeBull here. Berzanetti driving. Edwards a deep 2. No good. Berzanetti able to come down with the rebound. Jane led at the foul line. I think if he stood there, he would have drawn a foul on Hall. Instead, he drove, missed the shot on the inside from about 5 feet. Quickly back the other way, OCC, and they'll get a lay-in from Hunter. (80-61). Pirates out in front. 19-point lead, make it 17. Goaltending called against Hall. Jane Lett gets the bucket.
10. Devin Jane.
18 now for Jane Lett in the ball game. 17-point Orange Coast lead inside of 3 minutes and 35 seconds. Make it 3.5. There's an easy bucket on the inside for Clifton Brown. Let'll run ahead. Sends it far side. Silvera, a little reverse lay-in is good. Good work from Trade Tech to get the ball around. The time not in their favor as they trail by 17 right now. Coast taking their time here on the offensive side. Howard able to slip his way into the lane. Just worked his way around Edwards the whole way and lays it home. Stays a 17-point lead, 2:30 to go. Scored in the foul for Logan Howard. Howard has come alive here in the later part of the second half. Giving him 17 a chance to get to 18. Silvera called for the foul. Howard makes the foul shot. Howard able to knock a ball away again. Results in a pickup from McNeil. A three from Howard, no. A putback from Green didn't fall, but he picked it up again and put it back himself. So 22-point lead. Just about 2 minutes to go. So it looks like Orange Coast is going to be able to come out in front. They'll take on COC tomorrow in the championship of the Cougar Holiday Classic, as Howard will get a run up lane. He's got 20, a timeout called by Orange Coast. It should be just a substitution timeout. That's all it was a substitution timeout. So everybody needs to get back out on the floor. New bodies on the floor for OCC. 91-67. LA Trade Tech will take on Mount Sac tomorrow at 2 p.m. in the opener of final day of the Cougar Holiday Classic. Gillette spinning. Trying to get away from defensive pressure. Will put up a fall-away shot from 22 and missed it. Fell to the hands of Isaiah Lee, ahead to Jaden Green. He'll get an easy bucket. So Jaden Green with some garbage time points. 4 points for him now in the ball game. Trade Tech running this one, or excuse me, Orange Coast running away from this one in 93-67 lead. Foul is on the floor, but it's 2 shots as it's the plus. And McDougal will go to the line. So we'll do it again here tomorrow. As we said, 2 and 4 p.m. You can join us on the Cougar Sports Network if you would like. For both, we hope you do. First of 2 from McDougal, no good. He's had a good day today, though. 17 points, 9 boards, 3 assists. Give him 18 points as he knocks down the second of 2. Follow-away jumper from Tale is good. He's got 5 now as he banked it off the glass. As we're inside 60 to go. Just counting down the final ticks. Orange Coast will play COC tomorrow, 4 p.m. As they get another defensive rip, an easy one. Terrell Jones will bring it up the floor. It'll be a nice output for OCC. High octane offense. Heavy pressure defense. We'll see what they design tomorrow against Howard Fisher's squad, who is an equally good offense. Saw them in the first game. Only had 77, but shot very efficiently from the floor, one of their more efficient days, and they didn't get a very good game out of Dylan Barrientos, who is their leading scorer this year. Is a miss. Shot clock is off. Take away Orange Coast. Terrell Jones will just dribble it out for the final 10 seconds. 95-68. Orange Coast going to come out on top. They'll move to the final of the Cougar Holiday Classic and take on COC tomorrow. We thank you for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed this presentation of men's college basketball on the Cougar Sports Network. We hope to see you tomorrow, 2 and 4 p.m. Doubleheader once again.